Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are bringing back the Flash in the but the non-problematic version of the Flash. So it's Azorius Flash, which is a deck we have played before, but has had some recent upgrades. So two new cards we are playing in this deck are 4 copies of Fairy Mastermind. So that is a 2/1 with Flash and Flying for 2 mana, so good stats. And it says whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card, and you can pay 3 and a blue for each player draws a card. So often we will play this in response to our opponent playing a draw spell on their turn, something that nets them a second card for the turn, and then we will get some advantage out of it as well. But in games that go long, at the end of their turn, you can use its activated ability. They do get to draw another card, but then you get to draw one as well. And if you have multiples of this on the battlefield, then that ability quickly stacks up, and you can draw 3, maybe even 4 cards for the one that you're giving them. And then our other new card is our kind of Flash Enabler, which we've seen in a couple of other decks, which is Errant and Giada. So that's a 2/3 Flash Flying Legendary Human Angel. And it says you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may cast Flash spells with Flash or Flying from the top of your library. And so we have a lot of Flash creatures in the deck. So running through them, we've got 2 copies of Spectral Sailor, which is a good 1-drop that allows us to draw a card in longer games. The 4 copies of Fairy Mastermind that I talked about, 4 copies of Brazen Borrower with both its petty theft ability, but also can just come down as a 3/1 with Flash and Flying. 4 copies of Spell Queller, the powerful spirit that has Flash and Flying and can exile an opponent's spell with mana value 4 or less while it's on the battlefield. The Wandering Emperor, which is the Flash Planeswalker that we've seen in a lot of control decks. You know, a lot of good abilities, comes down, exiles an attacking creature, or creates a 1/1, or pumps one of your other creatures. So very good there. And then 3 copies of Archangel Avacyn, a recent addition to the format. So it's a 4/4 with Flash, Flying, Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And then when a non-angel creature you control dies, it transforms at the beginning of the next upkeep into Avacyn the Purifier, 6/5 red flyer. It says whenever this creature transforms into it, it deals 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. And then the rest of our deck is just some useful utility cards and removal. So 4 copies of Portable Hole to deal with those kind of early game threats. Llanowar Elves. Oh god, I've had a mind blank. Blood Tithe Harvesters, that kind of thing. 2 copies of March of Otherworldly Light. Similarly, can deal with early threats, but also some difficult cards to deal with later in the game. 2 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster. As a kind of a vehicle that allows you to draw cards at instant speed. So if your opponent's not doing anything particularly interesting and you've got a Reckoner Bankbuster on the battlefield, you can just draw a card instead. And then 4 copies of Make Disappear as a kind of cheap early counter spell. Again, if you're on your opponent's turn and you're there with a counter spell or a flash creature, you can kind of tailor your turn depending on what you particularly want to be doing. And then in the mana base, as you'd expect, white, blue dual lands of various combinations, a lot of kind of sea chrome coasts and kind of early kind of lands that enter the battlefield untapped. It's got quite a low curve mostly. Some basic lands, some utility lands, a creature land, and then a Field of Ruin as well to deal with problematic non-basic lands that your opponent may be playing. And then in the sideboard, we've got a copy of Divine Smite that we can bring in against black decks in particular. There's a lot of black running around the format in kind of mono black, Rakdos midrange, all of the rest of it. So that will be useful against that. Rest in Peace is our Graveyard Hate. Change the equation to bring in against difficult red or green spells. Disdainful Stroke for expensive spells, Dovin's Veto for non-creature spells, Mystical Dispute for blue spells. We've seen this kind of combination of counter spells all before, but being a flash deck, we are interested in playing lots of them. And then our Wrath of Choice is Settle the Wreckage. Again, can be used at instant speed, exiling all attacking creatures that target player controls. And then we've got a couple of powerful angels to bring in against decks which are trying to go quick and aggro us out, like Mono Red, Gruul, that could kind of tussle with any of their creatures. Very hard for them to get rid of. So we've got a Baneslayer Angel and a Lyra Dawnbringer. And that is the deck. So yes, it's similar to what we've seen before, but we are playing a couple of new spells. The Flash deck did very well last time, so I'm interested to see how these kind of new powerful cards in the archetype do. And yeah, I think that's all we need to say about the deck. So let's go and see how it does. Yes, we will take this as an opening hand. Oh, we've got our Yargle and Moltani sleeves, like that. Okay, so some sort of green deck, which is interesting. So let's play Bankbuster here. Just get that out onto the battlefield. Okay, there is Pelucranos being reborn. So let's pass the turn. Let's send Pelucranos back to their hand. Okay, Wolfwillow, so it's mono green devotion. Not a surprise. We see this so often, it's become part of the furniture. I think it's worth taking the 4 here just to potentially play around a Nissa or a Storm the Festival or whatever it may be. Yep, so we'll make that disappear. We'll draw a card. Then I think we will pass the turn once more. Oh, please. Oh, I'd love it. Oh, okay, so they're playing Golgari. Yes. Yes. There we are. Okay. Okay. So, mono green. Let's pop in settle the wreckage, change the equation, disdainful stroke. Don't think we need Dovin's veto as well. And we're on the draw, so let's take out Spell Queller. They're just too quick, I think, for that card. And I quite like all 4 portable holes to deal with their elves and potentially a Wolfwillow Haven as well. So let's take out a couple of Archangel Avacons. Yeah, we need to just concentrate on the lower end here. There we are. Wandering Emperor exiling Pelucranos. Good time was had by all. Supercut to this situation where our opponent is deploying maximum salt, and so we will see if they join at exactly the last moment, just because they're trying to annoy us, or if they have just gone away. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. So while we see if they turn up, so we've got a couple of Brazen Borrowers, a Disdainful Stroke for anything difficult, Fairy Mastermind. They don't. Well, with Kiora, perhaps they do draw cards, but yeah, there's not a huge amount of card draw in Mono Green. They're more kind of getting value off their Storm the Festivals and things like that. So maybe you take Mastermind out, but I quite like a early 2/1 flyer just because you do want to chip in for damage. Yeah, they are not doing anything particularly much, so we'll just wait for them to explode. And we'll claim that as a victory. I mean, claim it as a victory, it is a victory. There we are. Okay, good first game. Let's try another. Yep. Ooh, hello. Hello. Good to see you. What's your plan? Spectral Sailor I could live with. So we are facing down traditional spirits. I think this deck will have a decent matchup against a spirits deck. Okay, let's drop Errant. See what they want to do with that. Fair enough. That be fine by me. Let's play a white land. Do I want to pop this in the hole? Nah. Rather hold up Wandering Emperor. Come now, Rena. Yep. Yeah, let's just play the Emperor here. They may choose to counter it, but I have some good follow-ups to that. Yep, there's the Spell Queller. But I am just instant or sorcery. So let's pay 3, exile the portable hole, but pop that away. So they can't Mausoleum Wonder it. Yep, I shall have the Emperor. The Emperor shall... What shall the Emperor do? I think that will do. We'll pass the turn. Fair enough. Save the Emperor here. So, I think I am happy to just exile away their Mausoleum Wanderer now. Drop that into play. Pass the turn. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's play Fairy Mastermind. Pass the turn. This is going to be a super grindy, interesting match, this one. Ooh, hello. So the good thing about them having Curious Obsession is that we also get a card out of it. Wish it was a better one than that. Okay, let's pass the turn again. Yeah, I'll take the card for now. Decent. Let's play our own. Ah, interesting. I would rather have that in my hand, I think. And again. Sure. Yep. Goodbye. Goodbye. Do they have something else? No, they don't. Okay. Good. That deals with their Curious Obsession. Yeah, I'll take the 3 here. Probably wouldn't. I'll just take the 3. Don't frighten me. Oh, that's annoying. Ah, dear. Problem of playing legendary creatures. So let's pass the turn. I'm not sure that worked out for us, but you know what? Don't care. Yeah, fair enough. We'll scoop this one up. So let's Baneslayer and Lyra here. Mystical Dispute, obviously, and a Settle the Wreckage. And let's take out Emperor, I think, and also a couple of Archangel Avacons, although flipping Archangel Avacon is actually pretty good. So let's just take out Reckoner Bankbuster here. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of that. Yes. Ooh, Mutavolt's fun. I hit the wrong side there. That was a mistake, but we'll just have to play a Hollowed Fountain. Let's... Yeah, let's Mystical Dispute that. Make that disappear. Drop a Hollowed Fountain. Pass the turn. You may have that. Down comes the Mastermind. Down comes another Mastermind. Okay, Archangel Avacyn's a decent draw, but obviously we need another land. Can't be Spell Quellered either, which is what we're all about. Yep, happy to do some extra drawing here. Yeah. I mean, that's good. Could really do with another land, but it's not bad. Shacklegeist. How do I feel about Shacklegeist? Don't care that much. Sure. Yeah, okay. So let's march 1. Let's get rid of Settle. Target Mausoleum Wanderer. Now let's Spell Queller that. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I get a card out of it if they attack, so I really don't care that much. Okay, this lack of land is now actually quite annoying. So let's just pass the turn. Land, okay, we'll take it. Sure. Errant. Fair enough. Spectral Sailor. Next turn, I'm going to get them hard. Okay. Come along. Thank you. Okay. So, on the draw. Veto. Take out A couple of make disappears. Otherwise, keep the deck the same. Actually, no, I can. Let's do it like that on the draw. So, going to be an exciting game 3. I don't love it. Early portable hole is good. Settle the wreckage. Yeah, this is a tough one. No, I think we can do better. That is better. Let's pop Baneslayer Angel away with this hand. Play a Henge Gate pathway like that. Pass the turn. Are we just getting rid of this? No, because then we'd have to exile a white card, and I'm not about that. So let's just play an Otawara, pop that in a hole. Pass with Mystical Dispute up. Mystical Dispute that. Yeah, let's pop a Fairy Mastermind into play. I don't mind if they counter it particularly. Nope. Pass the turn. Land. Yeah, the lack of sticking there gave me the confidence to do that. Oh well, I'll just keep going forever. Where is all the land? I'm probably going to get spell quelled if I try and do anything about this, but think which yeah. Yeah, fair enough. See if we'd just drawn another land there, it might not be so bad, but okay, that explains the oh, God's sake. Okay, let's March of Otherworldly Light for 3, exiling both a Spell Queller and a Portable Hole. Let's make that oh no, we can't. Yeah, that doesn't work at all, so that saves that. Yeah, we're just dead here, unfortunately, because of lack of land. Never mind. Try another. Okay, a run of being on the play. Unheard of. Yorion, okay, that's okay. So I think we'll open with a tapped Hollowed Fountain. Don't think we'll need to hold up a march. Okay. Interesting. Boros Yorion. Yeah, it could be some sort of yeah, just kind of standard ETB effects. Let's spell queller that, I think. Lack of land is a problem again, but can only do what we can do. So I think we'll play Errant at the end of turn. Yep. Okay, that's decent, and we can play Spell Queller from the top of the library if we particularly want to. If an opponent controls more lands than you, which we don't, fair enough. Okay, that was fairly brief. So Boros, Blink. So let's pop in Settle the Wreckage. Take out a couple of Brazen Borrowers just because they've got so much ETB. And apart from that, I think I'm pretty happy with this configuration for the moment. We'll see what they do in game 2. Yep, good enough. Having both our Brazen Borrowers and our opening hand is a thing, but it's not a thing we can do anything about. Loyal Warhound, sure. So we can potentially just Brazen Borrower this away. Yep, let's do that now. They can choose which card they want to make more expensive. Yeah, Spell Queller makes sense. Okay, another March of Otherworldly Light I'm quite happy about. Ha! Fable of the Mirror Breaker, eh? Fair enough. So what they do, if they attack with Spellbinder, I'll play Borrower and block. If they don't, I'll play Errant and Giada. And then next turn, we'll probably march away their Goblin token. Yeah, fair enough. So let's play March of Otherworldly Light for 0. Nope, nope, nope. Pass the turn. So their board presence is not particularly threatening at the moment, so we'll see what they do with this. So we've probably got turn to play Errant and Giada. Give us hopefully a bit of card advantage off the top of the library while they think about things. March is a reasonably clean answer to Fable. Obviously, we may eventually end up having to use both of them, which is not ideal, but that's because Fable is a fundamentally unfair card. Okay, so they got rid of the Hound. Another Fable. Okay. Really could have done with spell quelling one of those, but 'tis what it is. Probably wouldn't attack. So, I mean, they can see the Errands and Giada in our hand, so... Alright. Ooh, the Wandering Emperor is good, because I was thinking about Brazen borrowing this and then leaving March for one of their Fable tokens. Uh, so let's let's attack. Pass the turn and see what they do. See, double Fable I'm not thrilled about, but... And 2 fresh cards. This card does so much. I wonder how long it's going to last in Standard. Probably not too much longer. Anyone have any opinions on the new Standard? 3 years, by the way. I think it's a terrible idea, generally. I think they're just avoiding doing what needs to be done to Standard, which is stopping it from being so expensive, but not willing to do that. So we're just stuck with what we're stuck with. So let's brazen. So I'm not really wanting to sacrifice Errington Giada here. So we can brazen borrow with a token. We could march something. We could just play Wandering Emperor. Although I prefer probably to just Vindicate. I'd prefer to use that against Vindicator. So let's just do that. Stops them getting 3 mana as well to put Yorion in their hand. Fair enough. Ooh, Fairy Mastermind's an interesting one. So, what are we doing here? So we can March of Otherworldly Light that away and attack. That gives them 2 Fable tokens, but not too worried about that. Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, because unless we do that, they can start copying the Vindicator, and I can really do without that in my life, so... Don't love double Fable on the battlefield, but so yeah, I don't think it's looking ideal here. I think we'll probably have to go to game 3, depending on what they do here, because 2 reflections is just... They can just start making infinite copies of each other. Maybe I should have marched the... Yeah, I probably should have marched the reflection instead. Left the Vindicator, because they couldn't have been able to copy it this turn, just taken the 5. Yeah, tough choice. Double Fable is always a challenge. You just need so many removal spells to deal with everything it creates. And another Vindicator. Okay. This is not good. Yeah, so we take our punishment here. No, I think we are going to have to go to game 3. So let's pop in change the equation for Fables. Take out a couple of Archangels. Put in Baneslayer and Lyra, because they can tussle with Vindicator if we absolutely need them to. Brazen Borrower is better now we know what they're doing. Less fussed about March. Much less fussed about Portable Hole, actually. Let's take out a couple of those. And one make disappear as we've got changed the equation. Actually, no, let's just take out a Mastermind. Yeah. Yeah, decent. Early Spectral Sailor, lots of counter spells, can hopefully draw up to something good. Wandering Emperor, need a few more lands, but Bankbuster could potentially help us get there. I might turn, if we don't draw a land next turn, I might Bankbuster turn 2. Just because I'm not that worried about anything they play on turn 2 at the moment. Yep, so let's play Bankbuster. Attack. Oh, fun. Ossification. That's an early ossification from them. That's quite aggressive. Yeah, I don't like missing a land drop, but I'm going to need to counter a Fable if they try and play one, so... No, Spellbinder. Well, I will counter that. Okay, gonna have to Bankbuster now. Okay, that's the land, but it does turn off our counter spells for a turn. Okay. Oh, this is not good. So let's pass the turn. We do have Borrower if we really need to bounce it. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that's a decent draw. So let's pass the turn. Having settled the wreckage is very tasty here. Let's drop an Emperor onto the battlefield. Make a 2/2. Okay, so we're beginning to get somewhere now. So let's make another 2/2. Pass the turn. Okay, that's a card. Interesting. Okay. What are we doing here? I think we shall Fairy Mastermind, Brazen Borrower. Now, what am I going to do about this thing? Not a lot, by the looks of things. So I think we're just going to have to pass the turn for the time being and just hope that they eventually decide to attack, or that we draw something that can deal with it. Yeah, they put a vigilance counter on it, but that's not going to stop my settle the wreckage, fortunately. Yikes. So let's bounce here. What does this do? It's exile at the beginning of your... I don't really want them... No, I don't really care about them doing that, actually. So let's crew 3. Take down both their planeswalkers. Pass the turn. I got screwed by the auto-tapper there. Yeah, sure thing. It's Mastermind. Yep, fair enough. Spell Queller's decent, so let's make some attacks. I'll take that trade all day long. As I get a 2-2 and their 2-2 goes away. Go ahead. Absolutely not. Okay, you can have it back. Sheesh, gods. Well, at least I have the Wandering Emperor, I suppose. Am I taking this down? No, let's Brazen Borrower and kill this one, actually, and leave the Emperor in my hand. Fair enough. Hello, old friend. Okay. Am I just playing Spell Queller here? No, because yeah, I'll just play it. Oh god, this is not going well. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I like our opponent's deck, but seriously. Make disappear. We'd have to sacrifice Spell Queller. Then we'd just be dead on board. So sure, have the Eternal Wanderer. have your quite insane top decks. Well done. Huh? Oh, the Emperor's coming down this turn. Exile Yorion. Block here. Yeah. Good. Okay, good game. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Their draws were just incredible and ours were terrible, so... But yeah, no, good game. I liked what they were doing. Let's see what pack we've got here. Ooh, a Brothers' War pack. Temporal Anchor I'm less excited by. Okay, so that was Azorius Flash. Rather less successful than last time, but I think that second game we were just killed by Mana Screw. Second match, rather. And the third match was a close one, but our opponent got some good draws. Yeah, I did okay. Beat up Mono Green, which was fun. Yeah, not bad at all. So, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.